I am PANGRACIO and I am speaking on behalf of the CBD Women Caucus. While gender-focused aid is on the rise, gender equality is far from achieved, including in biodiversity. Eliminating gender inequalities and empowering women as agents of change and champions of sustainable use of biodiversity requires a wide range of policy measures and a significant increase in international financing and targeted resource mobilization. To guarantee a gender-responsive post-2020 global biodiversity framework, resource mobilization also needs to ensure the following: investments in gender equality and women's self-empowerment to advocate and negotiate for their rights in all decisions that impact their lives. Undertake reforms to give women equal rights to economic resources, access to ownership and control over land and other forms of property, financial services, inheritance, and natural resources. Support women groups and gender institutions and their constituencies to engage and contribute to gender-responsive biodiversity actions with special focus on indigenous and rural women. Embed gender equality to address women's multidimensional empowerment, including gender-responsive budgeting in each step of budget planning, executing, monitoring, and reporting processes. Redirection and phasing out of perverse incentives that destroy local ecosystems, biodiversity, and impact negatively on women's livelihoods, while ensuring that positive mechanisms work for both women and men based on an understanding of their different needs and priorities. Clear rules and regulations that ensure divestment from activities that harm biodiversity and the women that depend on it. Mechanisms to address the gender wage gap in all related sectors, including the promotion of traditional occupations and indigenous knowledge-based employment to support indigenous women involvement. Address systemic barriers to women's equal access, ownership, and control over biological and genetic resources and associated benefits, ensuring gender equality and social inclusions analysis, sex disaggregated data, and support for full, effective, and meaningful participation of women and girls on ABS-related processes. Mobilizing resources from all possible sources to achieve gender equality on a sustained basis requires reforms on several fronts. Systemic barriers need to be addressed, including legal reform, transparency, and financial incentives, guided by safeguards and regulatory measures that integrate into all financial decision-making and strategies, social, economic, and biodiversity risks, especially for indigenous and rural women and communities. In this way, we will leave no one behind. Thank you, Chair.